What's up, you movie maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and it is time for another Quickie movie haul. And like I always say in these videos, we got a lot to go through, so let's just get right into it. First up is a very, very interesting flick that I have not seen since back in my college days, but it is an Italian classic film by director Michelangelo Antonioni. I think I said that right. It is the movie Laventura. And this one's awesome. It's really, really cool, really unique. From what I can remember, because it's been a long, long time since I've seen it, follows the main character right here, played by Monica Vitti. And she is trying to find her friend who is just strangely disappeared. So she kind of tries to retrace her steps to see if she can locate where she went or what happened to her, and she meets up with people along the way, but it's just very, very atmospheric, very laid back, mysterious. It has a very poetic style to it. Just a really beautiful film in general, and one that I've always wanted to have in the collection, but I never had the opportunity until now. So first time in the collection in Blu-ray and Criterion edition, and it's just a really, really awesome film. Like I said, very extremely mysterious, but beautifully shot, and Monica Vitti is amazing in this. It's I think this is my first time I've seen her in a film, and I fell in love instantly, and I hunted down pretty much everything that she's ever done, or like her entire filmography, and just love the actress. Think she does an amazing job, has a beautiful look, and is gorgeous, and is a very talented actress. But Laventura, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't care. But love the film. Really cool, classy stuff. But moving on is a film that is totally opposite of that. It is a wild, wacky 80s comedy. One of my absolute favorites. Yeah, I love this one. I've watched it every single time it was on TV. And I don't care how many times I've seen it. It's just always entertaining and fun. The movie is One Crazy Summer, with John Cusack, Demi Moore, and just a ragtag group of 80s actors and actresses that make this one hell of an amazing flick. I don't know if you know much about it, but it's pretty much John Cusack's character's name is Hoops, and he goes with his one friend to Nantucket and for summer vacation to just figure out what the heck they're going to do after graduation. And they just run into all these wacky antics. There's a land developer who's just really ruthless in this town, and they run afoul of him and his son, who's a prick. And there's just a whole bunch of different stuff that happens in it, but it's just really fun and outrageous and totally 80s. It's like the epitome of 80s kind of teen comedies, but really amazing stuff. Really absolutely awesome cast, and the music's awesome. There's a lot of animation play within, because Hoops' character is an artist, a starving artist, kind of comic writer, and it's just really awesome. Really fun film. One of my absolute favorites, I would have to say. And out of John Cusack's kind of 80s stuff, I like Better Off Dead a lot, but I've always been fond of One Crazy Summer for some reason. So I think that tops my list over Better Off Dead, but I love Better Off Dead too. But I believe I had this in the collection in the DVD format, but now I've got the Warner Archive collection in Blu-ray that I've been kind of looking for and holding out for a long time. Finally picked it up and love it. Absolutely love this movie. Well, let's move on to a more modern sci-fi crazy extravaganza flick by Christopher Nolan. Saw this one in the theaters and was kind of just taken back how weird and strange it was, but ultimately I did enjoy it. But there's a lot of stuff you have to pay attention to in this movie. But the movie I'm talking about is Tenet. And like I said, really crazy flick. Over-the-top sequences, concepts that are really cerebral, and you really have to rack your brain to kind of process what exactly is happening and to follow the complicated and convoluted, but actually well done story. And I'm a fan of Christopher Nolan. I liked his Interstellar. I'm drawing a blank now. Well, his Batman stuff, and Inception was one of my favorites of his. But this one's along the lines of Inception, with a great cast. Robert Pattinson's like one of the main characters in it, and he does a fantastic job in the main role. But it's just a really crazy, heavy concept film, and a lot of time travel elements, but not like the way you would think. It's more backwards in time. So the contrast between people moving it forward in time and people moving it backward in time and clashing, and just a lot of strange scenes like that. Really cool stuff, very inventive, and maybe a little bit too ambitious, but really, really cool stuff. And just really glad I picked it up because I never owned it before, and I enjoyed it when I saw it in the theaters and thought I'd always just randomly pick it up somewhere. And wouldn't you know it, Black Friday, $9. What? You'd have to be an idiot not to pick it up. But really cool film, and great cast, like I said, and a complex story by the legendary filmmaker Christopher Nolan. Good stuff. But next up is a favorite director of mine, but this is not one of my favorites of his. This is later in his career, so this is the waning kind of years where he just started making really crappy films. But this one is pretty decent, but I don't believe it is even close to on par to some of his classics. The movie I'm talking about is Dario Argento's Sleepless. And this is more of a modern giallo kind of flick of his. Deals with, you know, a killer like all the other giallos, and just kind of a mystery surrounding that. But it's been a while since I've seen this one, so I'm kind of looking forward to getting back into it and just seeing if it holds up, or if I have kind of fond memories just because it's a Dario Argento film. But yeah, it's really strange. A lot of his later films are really just hit and miss, mostly miss. Like I remember seeing The Card Player, which I believe came after this one, and I enjoyed it, but I did not think it was anywhere on par with any of his other works. It's almost, if it wasn't his film, I don't know if I like it enough, or if it wasn't his film, I don't know if I would, you know, despise certain parts of it. It's really interesting, his filmography, how he goes from greatness to just mediocrity to just complete shit. But this is in the mediocrity department, so still good stuff. A lot of cool concepts in it, and the characters and cast are really just really good. Max von Sydow is in this, so that kind of gives you an idea of how pedigree the cast is. But Sleepless, it's Sleepless. I'm a completist with Dario Argento, but I do remember liking this one more than Card Player, so hey, you never know, maybe it was actually decent. But I think I just like the more modern giallos of his, just to see the like Italian city and urban landscapes and stuff that he films his stuff in. It's always kind of interesting in general. But Sleepless, I owned it on DVD and I own it on Blu-ray now. Just a little tidbit. But next up is a ridiculous series that I absolutely hated when it first came out in theaters. I don't even know how many films long. It's 6 films long. I just have the 5-film collection. I'll maybe pick up the 6th movie when it's like $1 somewhere. It probably is $1 right now. I just don't have the ambition to pick it up. But the series I'm talking about is the Resident Evil series. I'm a huge fan of the games, well, at least the early games, 1, 2. I don't know if I played 3, but I did play Code Veronica for Dreamcast. I never played any of the newer games, but I loved the first 2 films and thought they matched perfectly with my love for zombie films that I was just really getting into at the time. And yeah, I never liked what they did with this series. But looking back in retrospect, it is entertaining, and it does have some moments in it that are really well done, some really horrible moments as well. But for the most part, it's a harmless series. It just kind of hurts personal because it could have been so much better. And I know the new film just came out in theaters. I've been wanting to check it out, and it looks more along lines with Resident Evil 1 and 2. It's kind of a combination of that story and just the look and feel of the police station and all that stuff. So I'm kind of interested to check it out to see what it's like. I've heard it's kind of 90s schlock back, you know, like almost like a callback to that. But these films are fun. I'll admit it. I guess they are fun. I almost walked out of the theater in a few of them. My friends definitely walked out of the theater in a few of them. And yeah, I mean, they vary from quality. I know the last couple were really bad. Extinction was actually somewhat decent. Apocalypse, I like it, but they really just don't give a shit about the zombies. And Resident Evil is probably the most laid back and succinct kind of version where there's not a lot of kind of over the top stuff going on that often. But it's more of an action horror series. So I figured I'd pick it up. Someone was selling it for really cheap use, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to eventually get this in the collection because I do enjoy it, and I'm a sucker for zombie films, so why not pick it up? But yep, that's the Resident Evil. And like I said, this is just the first 5. There's a 6th one, the 6th and final. I don't even remember seeing it. That's how blurry these last couple are. But I will eventually pick it up when it's going for $1. And yeah. But next up is a movie just completely different from that one, and one I've not seen yet, but I'm really wanting to check it out because I'm a sucker for black and white horror flicks. And this one has like a good combination of sci-fi and horror, it looks like. And the movie is The Vampire. And don't know anything about it. It was a kind of a blind buy. I might have seen the trailer a long time ago, or maybe right before I bought it. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, it just looks like a really cool black and white horror flick. And I don't know anything else. I'm sorry. I can't give you any more information. So if you have information on The Vampire, please leave it in the comment below. But definitely looks cool. Looks right up my alley, but most films are that are kind of off the wall and out there. But Vampire. I don't even know what the cast is. I don't even know if there's any knowns. I know nothing about this movie. The Vampire. Never owned it before. First time in Blu-ray in the collection. So there you go. And last but definitely not least is another Black Friday pick I picked up. And it's something I already own on Blu-ray, but this is the 4K Ultra Blu-ray and the digital copy. So I figured even with the digital copy alone, just to have that on hand if I'm out and about, would be great to have it. But it is an anime classic, and one that pretty much defined what people think of when they think of adult anime kind of films. And it is Ghost in the Shell. I think I like this one on par with Akira. I think both of those are like the ultimate classics of that kind of subgenre of film. And Ghost in the Shell is just an amazing, amazing flick. I mean, I'll even admit that I enjoyed the American live-action movie with Scarlett Johansson. I thought it was decent enough. I mean, I know it didn't follow it completely to the letter, but I just love that kind of sci-fi techno storyline. And this one's the classic, though. Great story, great execution. The art style is amazing, and just altogether very creative and an innovative film. But Ghost in the Shell, amazing classic, and picked it up on Ultra 4K Blu-ray, blah, 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 all that crap. But like I said, I think I just kind of mostly got it for the new transfer and just having a digital copy of it. Because my library, I don't have that many. I have like 100 and some in my digital library on like Vudu and Movies Anywhere and all that. But yep, I just wanted to add this one to it, and I love this film. So like the other Blu-ray is right up there in the small little anime section that I don't know why. There's all this anime over there, and the other bookshelf's way over there. I don't know why I just kind of left it up there. I need to rearrange stuff. I'm so disorganized. But that is Ghost in the Shell. Cool as hell. But that is the movie haul. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of different genres, classics in there, and some stuff that's maybe embarrassing, but I don't care. I still enjoy it, and I think it's entertaining. I have a lot of different stuff in my collection, from really classics, like you have Hitchcock back there, and then you got really, really crappy movies. Like, I'll have to admit it, I don't even know why I'm saying this right now, but I own Spice World on DVD in one of the book sleeves down there because I love that movie. I think it's hilarious and cheesy and corny and stupid. But yeah, that's the kind of influx that my collection has, from very amazing masterpieces to embarrassing things. So bipolar, to say the least. But yep, guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe, and if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you guys the next time I'm in front of a camera talking about movies. So get out of here and take care, and I'll see you later. Later.